Hey guys, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm just leaving the employee parking area. It looks like I'm in a prison yard right now, but no, I'm just leaving the airport parking lot. I'm heading into the airport and I'm walking and I'm like, a memory just popped right up in my head from yesterday. Usually it's from 30 years ago. But I told you yesterday that my flight from Memphis here to Las Vegas was drama-free. No drama, no trauma, super easy. Everyone was great, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm walking along the sidewalk and I'm like, oh, those ladies. And I forgot to share with you the story. And it was something I wanted to share, and I didn't want to share too much, but let's see. So yesterday, I failed to mention we had a cheer group going to a competition here in Las Vegas, a group called Pinnacle. I only mentioned their name because they were lovely young ladies. They were probably between 12 and 14, I'm going to guess, maybe older, I don't know. But they were there. They were traveling with parents and chaperones, and they were beautifully behaved, really full of enthusiasm and spirit, but not like crazy chaos like I would have imagined kids at that age to be. They were just really, really great. So, I gave them a little shout out over the PA, and they were like, yay, let's go Pinnacle. And later on in the flight, there were these two ladies that had come on board with wheelchairs. And in conversation with them, I found that, because I asked people, so what brings you to Vegas? Because everyone comes here for different reasons. They're heading on to California. And I don't want to share too many details because it could be gruesome. So be prepared, sorry. But I don't want to share too much. But they were going on to California to a family member's funeral. They had been hit by a car and then, again, by other vehicles who didn't see it. The person. He was young, relatively young. And it was just this huge, cutting tragedy that just hit me right in the solar plexus. It illustrated a challenge I have, and I have to somehow balance. Sorry, that plane is very loud. I want to lift people up, and if there's a group like a cheer group coming on board, I want to be, hey, go team, But also keep in mind that there are people on that plane that might be sitting 5 feet away that are trying to survive the day after some apocalyptic loss, and so that's something I struggle with, is how can I balance that, because I'm a golden retriever. I'm all up or I'm all down. So that's my struggle. That's my struggle today, is to try to remember that not everybody's on that plane to have a great time. Some people are just trying to survive the day while someone next to them is celebrating something fantastic. So that's something, they don't talk about in training, but it's something I think is really important, is to remember that compassion both ways. All right, let me get into the airport. I will talk to you soon. Oh, did I mention I have a 5-leg day? I think the first one's to Salt Lake City, and then Burbank. It's two turns, and then one flight to Oakland. It's a 12.5-hour duty day. Ugh. But it's a long layover in Oakland where I get to work on my recurrent stuff. So knock some of that out, because I haven't been doing it at the house. But I've been talking for 4 minutes. Let me let you go. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, hi. Welcome to Salt Lake City. I am flying position C on this trip, so I'm in the back. Yeah, I'm wearing a mask. I'll tell you about that later. I'm not happy about it. But I have no control and no power, so I'm doing what I can. Speaking of no control and no power, the flight was easy. It was just over an hour. But there were some guys in the back rows during deplaning, and they're all getting each other all excited because we're going to have a civil war in America, because the Democrats are doing this, and the right wing has to stand up and protect the country, and we're armed, they're not. Yeah, that was going on. Meanwhile, the two of them can't figure out how to open their armrests, so I'm not sure if I'm really worried about civil war, and if there is one, yeah. So I'm gonna leave that right there. Hello. So we have 4 more legs, and I'm wearing the mask all day. I'll tell you about that later on. Not happy, but I will see you back in Las Vegas. Maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna say, "Hey, I'm in Salt Lake City. Hey, I'm in Vegas. Hey, I'm in whatever." But blah blah blah. I'm just irritated. I'll talk to you later. Right. Hi. So we're still in Salt Lake City. I'm not sure if I told you where we were, but we're still in Salt Lake City. There was a maintenance issue. And I don't even remember the last time I had a maintenance issue that was bad enough to deplane. I don't remember when. But, yeah, there was a maintenance issue that can't be solved immediately. So we deplaned. And they're having us get off the aircraft because I think they have to move this aircraft to let another aircraft into this gate. I don't know, but they're having us deplane as well. I am not sure what's going to happen from here. Potentials are that they could get another plane in here for us to work back to Las Vegas. We're not going to have to do the Burbank turn, but we still have plenty of time for us to be legal to get to Oakland tonight. So the other option, they could just pull us from the whole trip. They could just get us back to Las Vegas and then have us work from Vegas to Oakland. No idea, but it's officially a shit show is what I would call it. So far, this trip has been a mess. I am a mess. But yeah, so we're waiting for passengers that are still on the jet bridge. I guess the gate agents are trying to accommodate them for whatever's going to happen next as they come off the jet bridge. So they're lined up on the jet bridge, which is just weird. I would want them in the gate area, but I'm not doing the job. So we're just going to sit here on the plane, wait for information, and there you go. So yeah, fun. I love my job. I do still love my job. It's just a lot today, you know, but none of it's in my control. I have no power to change anything. So there we go. All right. I will see you later with some new news. So we just got an email saying that we are going to be deadheading on United on the 18th. Today's the 16th at 8 a.m. in the morning from Las Vegas to LA, where we were originally supposed to work that pairing from Oakland to LA, I think, and then to Dallas and back. So it looks like they're going to be sending us back to Las Vegas tonight, maybe, and then potentially have us stay in Vegas until the morning of the 18th, where we would deadhead from Vegas to LA on United, and then work LA, Dallas, Vegas. No idea. It's getting even weirder. Okay, so now we are staying on the plane. The plane is being repositioned so that maintenance can come over, and they think it's a relatively quick fix. How that's different from the last, I don't know, but they're going to try and fix it, and then we'll work back to Las Vegas, and we're going to guess that we'll be taken off the trip until the 18th, when we, according to our schedules, will deadhead on United to LA, and then we'll work a turn from, an LA flight to Dallas, and then back to Las Vegas. Seems like a lot to get the original crew to work those 2 legs, but I'm not in charge. I'm being paid. So, and I might be at home with my cats tonight, so that'd be nice. Wish me luck. I'm having a little snack. It's 2 tablespoons of peanut butter from my enormous jar on a chocolate sprayed rice cracker. So that's my snack for the day. And the view, I wish I could capture the view. I think the camera's focusing on the raindrops on the window, but the mountains are beautiful out there. All right, here we are, still in Utah. Those mountains over there are so pretty. It's kind of a gross day. It was raining earlier, but it's better now. Hey there, so I'm not quite sure what's going on at the moment, but I heard they're going to start busing passengers back to the aircraft because we were pulled off of our gate. The maintenance issue is taken care of, so we're flying back to Las Vegas. No idea what's happening from there, so I'll see you later. Still here, waiting for passengers to be bused to the aircraft. It is 5:15 in the afternoon, and my check-in for this trip was at 10:25 a.m. So it's been a really long day and we worked one 57-minute leg here. Fun. So yeah. Oh, on a positive note, have you watched A Gal with No Plan lately? She's going to get a one-bedroom apartment as of March 1st. How exciting is that? Very exciting. I'm waiting. I'm hoping that Nova has more space, but I'm kind of upset. She's probably going to lose that view. But you know what? That's a sacrifice for more space, so that's good. But that view will be a shame to miss. Hopefully she'll get a nice one, but and hopefully I get home tonight. Still here. Oh my God, still here. She's all the way in the front. I can take this down. Yeah, still here. Still waiting for passengers. I think they're coming. So fun fact, the day has been very long already, and all we've done was work that one leg from Vegas here to Salt Lake City, 57 minutes. I am going to be pay protected for all the credit I was supposed to receive today, all the work I was supposed to do today. So that's probably close to 6 hours, maybe 6.5 hours. So I will get credit for that time. But we don't get credit or pay or anything for this long sit on the taxi or the parking lot here in Salt Lake City. So fun fact, yay. I still love my job. It's just, I don't know. If I had some control over things, or if I was responsible for any of this, I would not be happy right now. But at the worst case, I'm sitting here comfortable in a heated aircraft, probably going home for the night. So I really can't complain too much, but I'm managing to, if you haven't noticed. Yeah. Do my eyes look red,
we'll
do you?
Get pulled from that because they have us landing over there at 5:45. It's 5:30 now.
So we don't know what's going on. Our schedule shows us as working this flight back to Las Vegas, switching tails, switching equipment to a different aircraft, and then doing the Burbank turn and flying back to Las Vegas and ending our day there, where I think we would start our day on day 3 with our deadhead. Yeah. So, but I think if you heard my coworker say, they have us landing in Vegas at 5:45 or something, but it's 5:30 and we haven't even seen a passenger bus yet. So there's no clarification. It's just getting more and more confusing. They're gonna board. They're gonna board. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
What they show
Oh my goodness. Hey guys, wait, what? What am I doing in my car? What's happening? What is going on? I don't know. So the last time I saw you, oh my goodness. So let me tell you, it is 8:23 p.m. I started my day. I was at the gate at 10:25 a.m. We flew basically to Salt Lake City, which is 57 minutes away, and we flew back. Ta-da! That's all I did all day long. So, I don't even know how to explain what happened. Honestly, it's a blur. I know that we were in Salt Lake City for a indeterminate amount of time. There was a mechanical, nothing big. It was like a screw, But you know, these days with all the safety things going on in airplanes, you want to make sure every screw is counted, right? So, but we had to be pulled off the runway into a parking area. They had to look at something. We went back. We had to deplane. That took forever because I guess they were rebooking or doing something. I don't know. But as they were coming off of the jet bridge, it was craziness. And it took forever to deplane. They were off the plane for a couple hours, and we kept getting updates periodically that would then change, 20 minutes later. So all sorts of chaos. No idea what was going on. And finally, they were able to say, hey, the little screw thing was fixed. Now we can board people. But because we had lost our gate, they pulled over some air stairs and started busing passengers over, apparently in a minivan. And we were, because like 20 people would show up and come on the plane. We had to wait for another bus load, and we finally got boarded. The captain said, hey, all right, we're ready to go. Air traffic control stopped us from taking off. We had to wait for them, and it was just honestly forever. And I will say, thank goodness that happened in Salt Lake City and not in Philadelphia or Atlanta or Detroit or Newark. Not that those places are bad, but each city has its own culture when it comes to stress. And Salt Lake City was the place for this to happen. And everyone had a connecting flight. Everyone was going to a show. So there were a bunch of people who are going to a show that they didn't go to because they were stuck with us. It was just a lot of disappointment on board, which is heartbreaking. It's really the worst thing, is to disappoint people. I don't know at what point, but I think I told you guys, we're boarding. Yay, we're boarding. Boarding, again, took forever. And then we had to sit there and wait for an opportunity to leave. And everyone was trying to use the bathroom, of course. When we were trying to, close up and get out of there, we can't move the plane when people are up out of their seats. And I was like, what's wrong with these people? And it turns out they had a very good reason, is the entire time, hours, some of these people were waiting in line to find out what the next step would be or how to get to where they had to be and blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't they were being they weren't being, thoughtless. They just didn't have an opportunity to use the lavatory in the airport because whatever. So it was a mess. But we were finally able to take off, and there was lots of applause. Did I mention the illusionist? I didn't mention the illusionist. Whether it was a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. We had an illusionist come. He was on board, one of our guests, and he was doing a little mini show, moving up and down the aisle while we were in the parking area. I was grateful for his distraction, but also I was like hoping that it wouldn't start a whole bunch of YouTube content that would turn into something else, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But so now after all of this, have you followed along? Because I haven't. Now I'm back home in Las Vegas and today is the 16th. It's now 8:27. I have a 30 some odd hour layover here at home. They gave us a hotel, but of course I'm going back home to the cats. And I have to be back at the airport. Get this. I have to be at the airport. There's nothing weirder. I have to be back here at the airport at 5:30 in the morning on the 18th to Deadhead to Dallas, sit in Dallas for 4 hours and 58 minutes. It's 4 hours and 58 minutes because if it were 5 hours, I would get my own hotel room for 5 hours. But because it's 4 hours and 58 minutes, I'd have to share it with my coworker, and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to stay at the airport. But we have a almost 5 hour sit, and then we get to work the one leg from Dallas here to Las Vegas. Can you believe it? 5:30 a.m. show, deadhead to Dallas, 5 hours sit to work a 2.5 hour flight from Dallas to Las Vegas. I have no idea, but like I have said probably 50 times in this video, I have no control and no power, so I just have to do what I'm paid for, right? So I'm gonna go home. I'm probably going to keep this all one video, so there's not going to be a lot of me filming at home tomorrow, because I'm just going to try and sit down and focus on my online recurrent stuff. But yeah, so the next time you see me, I might be at home. It might be a little bit of cat stuff, but then it'll be my deadhead and so on the 18th. Yay! I love my job. I do. I still love my job. I'm just thoroughly confused at the process and the path that scheduling took to get me to, at this point. Oh my God. So crew scheduling called like 5 times. I have my phone up in the overhead bin. I just didn't turn it off. I didn't turn it on airplane mode. I forgot to. So I heard it ring each time. And it turned out, of course, it was crew scheduling, or the app crew scheduling, trying to contact us. But like, are they thinking we're going to be able to answer the phone? Like, I can't answer my phone, even if it's crew scheduling, because we have passengers on board. I can't film or even have my phone on me during when there's passengers on board. Why are they calling me? Oh, I need to eat. I've eaten that peanut butter and the rice cake. That's all I've eaten all day long. I still can't shut up. Let me go. I'll see you soon. Before I get home, I forgot to tell you about the mask. The mask. I've somehow got my beard back into shape. Yeah, so I got to the crew room this morning about 10 o'clock, met with one of my crew members, and I was sitting down in our little snack area with probably 3 or 4 people. We're just chatting, talking, you know, laughing, whatever, and having a nice little time. And getting to know one of my crew members, and we're commiserating and trying to beg for sympathy from our coworkers because we have such a long day ahead of us. And she goes, "Of all days for me to be sick," and I'm like, "Huh?" So she's sick, and she's like, "Yeah, it's been." She worked with someone 3 or 4 days ago who said she had allergies, and then of course that's what we all say, right? So, but you know, she woke up today sick, and we have this day, and I'm like, oh my God, there's almost nothing worse when you know that a crew member is sick, because, well, I don't know her story. I don't know if she had a bunch of points. I don't know if she's, you know, at a certain point where she's afraid for her job or not. And so, you know, we would all have our own reasons for flying sick. As flight attendants in the United States, sometimes you have to fly sick. I don't know what situation she was in, so I should not judge her too harshly. It didn't stop me from judging her at the moment, of course. So I don't know if she put a mask on after she told me that, and then I put a mask on because I was going to be flying in the back with her, sitting very, very close by for what we knew would be a very long day. So I was just a little miffed that I had to wear a mask. If I were truly, truly upset about anybody in the planet being sick and being exposed to a germ or a virus, then I would be wearing a mask all the time, right? I know. So I can't be too upset with her, but I was a little irritated. So I wore a mask for the whole day, and I've done worse things in my life than wear a mask. So that is the explanation about the mask. Now, I will see you later. I'm at Taco Bell. Thank God. So I'll see you soon. I'm delusional. Hi, Eleanor. Hi. Is that tail going? Are you happy Daddy's home? Are you happy Daddy's home? Are you ready for bed? Yes? Okay. All right. Good night. Where are you? I hear you. Oh, there you are. Oh, and there's Eleanor. All of yesterday's trials were totally worth it, because I got to go to bed with my babies. We just had our snacks, our morning snack, and they're settling in for a little sunbathing. So all of yesterday's craziness was worth it. I got to be home with my cats. Tomorrow, though, oh my God. Buddy's favorite toy is a stick under the sheets. And yes, so I have cat beds there on top of furniture, zip tied to furniture so they don't get knocked over. I've got cat trees in the window. I got 2 cat beds on the bed. There's cat stuff down there. And that's just one side of my bed. It's a wonder I'm single, right? There's no room for a man in my bed. Just me and the cats. Oh, but who needs a man with that face? Hello? Hello? You. Hey, pretty lady. She's not listening to me. Hey, pretty lady. Nothing. All right. Oh, so cute. Hello? I got your butt. No reaction. Okay. You liking that feather, Eleanor? It's a feather. I swear she's not eating herself. And hello, handsome boy. The 2 of them are helping me do my online work for Recurrent. Look how handsome he is. Are you shy? Hey there, just taking a little break from my online work. I've done 3 modules. I'm very proud of myself. I'm doing a module on infectious diseases as part of our first aid training. And this part I'm reading is talking about ways you can come in contact with pathogens, and that's through semen, vaginal secretions, saliva, which we come in contact with fairly often in picking up cups and things like that. Cerebrospinal fluid. You know, if I'm going to come in contact with someone's spine, I think there's larger issues than me worrying about, I don't know, amniotic fluid, I guess. Yeah, so I really hope I don't come in contact with someone's spine during a flight. The things we have to know. And the painting isn't crooked, by the way. That was just the angle I was holding the camera. Look at Eleanor taking a bath. I'm trying to distract myself from doing work I have to do. Hey guys, how are ya? It is Saturday evening. I think it's Saturday evening. It is 5:47. I have to consider going to bed very soon because I have to wake up at like 3:30 in the morning for work tomorrow. I am more and more grateful for the craziness of yesterday. I mean, I was so melodramatic over what was going on. I just didn't like what was happening. And I'm a giant toddler. So I'm just grateful I'm sorry for the passengers. I'm sorry for the passengers who were, impacted by the delays and all their misconnections and things. I'm very sorry for those people. Things like that do happen in the industry, so I feel bad, but also I feel kind of happy for myself because I got to go home last night, spend the night with my cats. Buddy was extraordinarily loving and sweet and purry and cuddly. And then this morning, luxuriated in bed with both Buddy and Eleanor, and we had such a nice morning. Then I had a little snack for breakfast. I'm trying to, again, not eat when I don't have to, just just to, I don't know, just try to maintain or lose a little bit of weight. I'm not starving myself by any means, but I'm not eating giant, like, 3-egg omelets like I was a few weeks ago. And just hung around the house. I did 5 or 6 online modules. I am extraordinarily proud of myself. And I probably have 12 left. I have a good handful left, but I've got plenty of time to do those. I have to have them done 48 hours before my recurrent, which is on March 13th. Yeah, just been hanging out. I did those modules. I've been watching a lot of YouTube. I'm almost done watching one of Cloud Surfer Andy's videos. I think she's in Mozambique. I love her. I just love her. And I've not watched as many of her videos as I like to, because I've been watching so many of, Nika's videos and other people. So I have to sort of put myself on I have to be more mindful, because I miss my friends that I've never met before because I'm watching other people's content. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. So I finally decided I'm going to get out of the house. I'm going to go just do a little shopping for some snacks for tomorrow. And then I figured, you know what? I'm going to go to Goodwill, because it's been a couple days since I've been in one, and I'm feeling a little itchy. And I'm on the hunt for a very particular thing. A piece of artwork, maybe a little bit larger than my hand. Because I'm putting artwork up on my walls. For the past 2 years, I've been buying artwork for my home and stacking it and thinking, oh, I'll hang it soon, or I'll hang it when I have some inspiration. And this afternoon, I just got a wild hair up my butt and decided, you know what, let's put a picture on the wall. And so I started just hanging things. And there's one little spot that I want to find something for. So I figured I'll just grab a bite for tomorrow, buy a little piece. I'll look for a piece of artwork that I love at Goodwill, because all of my art is going to be thrifted or found or made. So let me go in there. Thank you, honey. Yeah, so I'm going to see if I can find a little something, and we'll go from there. Oh, I had a couple eBay sales, which makes it okay for me to go shopping. I sold 2 items. I sold a teapot. You might remember a cobalt blue Hall teapot. I sold that for $70. And I think I bought it for, I don't know, $5 maybe. I don't know. I don't think it was even that much. And I sold a little crystal polar bear figurine that was sitting on a crystal iceberg. And I think I spent $6.99, $7.99 at most for that, and I sold that for $99. So yeah, so little extra spending money. Blah, blah, blah. That's the update for the day, and I will probably not see you again until early tomorrow morning when I am on the way to work. All right, see you then. Oh, there goes the light. Good morning, guys. Hi. It is 4:27. I've got an hour to get to the airport and my gate. Should be plenty of time, as there should be nobody on the road at this hour on a Sunday morning. I am very, very grateful for the ability to stay home last night, all day yesterday. Today just doesn't make any sense. And I'm, in my mind, I'm rebelling. I don't want to do this. I'm a toddler. But it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mean I'm not responsible to do it, right? So, got to do it with hopefully as a positive attitude as I can. We're going to be deadheading to Dallas, and then we have a 5-hour sit, and then we have a flight back to Las Vegas. I know. All right, let's get out of here. All right, so I wasn't randomed. That's good. I just got up to the podium to double check my seat. I was sitting in 7A, which isn't a bad seat, but there's an exit row 13 in a window. So I get the positives of leaning against the wall to close my eyes, plus that rigid armrest stops my leg from touching the neighbor. Yeah, so it's good. It's good. Hey there. Hi. Welcome to Dallas. That flight was all right. I napped a little bit, but there were people directly behind me and directly in front of me that were coughing like they had the plague, or it was like COVID all over again. I don't know. No masks, no covering their faces, nothing. So I had a mask on the entire time. But beyond that, yeah, it was okay flight. I have exactly 5 hours. Subtract 45 minutes for boarding. So 4 hours and 15 minutes. I'm going up to the tram over to D Gates. I'm in E right now. So I think they have better food options over there. I'm going to have lunch, find a spot to put my feet up, and just close my eyes for an hour or two. The other option is that I call for a day room. Technically, I should have already received information regarding a day room here in Dallas, but it's such a hassle getting the shuttle and then getting to the hotel, checking in, getting a room, and then having to leave like an hour and a half before my flight. So yeah, it's really not going to be worth getting a hotel room. If I were stuck here for like 7 hours, it'd be a different story. All right, so I'll see you over at D Gates. Well, I tried to take a nap for a little while, but that wasn't very successful. Airports are difficult to sleep in. But I got a couple minutes of shut-eye. I'm going to try and find something to eat now and then make my way slowly over to D Gates. See you there. All right, I made it back to Las Vegas. What a long day. I don't think a human being had anything to do with this pairing in terms of building it or recovering from the delays originally. There wasn't a human being involved. This was completely a computer that made these choices. But the layover, the sit, I should say, the 5 hour sit in Dallas was relatively painless. I tried taking a nap. I was able to close my eyes for a few minutes, but the airport's very loud. Survived that. The flight from Dallas was actually quite pleasant. We were on a 321. I'm flying C on this position, so I was all the way in the back. The lead played all the announcements, so I really didn't have to do anything except for some trash runs and doing service and stuff. But so I just got back into the airport. Walking off the jet bridge, there was this, and I think her name is Christina. Lovely girl, said hi. Apparently, one of my videos may have helped her. I don't know, but she recognized me as a celebrity, which is always hysterical. But I'm going to head back to the car in a minute. This video is all over the place, so I think I'm going to end it here because the rest of my day is going to consist of cat treats for the cats, not me. Probably a bite to eat and then bed. I'm going right to bed. So I will see you in the next video.